Are we live now? Can everyone see us?
I don't know. We'll see here in a second.
Yeah.
We're struggling with some
Technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, hello and welcome to episode 37 of Life in General. My name is Nick.
I'm Ian.
And any questions or comments, you can email it to our new email address, which is contact@lifeingeneralpodcast.com. Check us out on Facebook. On Twitter, we are LIGpod. We're on Podbean, iTunes, Google Play Music, TuneIn Radio, Stitcher, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Are you able to find the feed there, Ian? Are we live?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're trying this Facebook Live thing.
Yeah. Hopefully it'll be successful. It was a hell of a struggle just to get this far.
It was a Charlie Foxtrot to start it.
What the fuck's a Charlie Foxtrot?
What's a nice way of saying clusterfuck?
I just say fucking clusterfuck.
Charlie Foxtrot. It's just a nice way of saying it.
Oh. What's wrong with saying clusterfuck?
Some people don't like that kind of talk. This is really entertaining for people that are watching us, probably. Hello, everyone out there. Yeah, so we tried to go click on the live video, and it didn't want to work.
Yeah, it seemed a little...
It was kind of strange. It wouldn't let us start the video, so I had to recreate an entire new feed.
Yeah. Hopefully anyone who is on the website can see it. I don't know.
But
so far, just your wife's commented. So.
That's fine. So I was trying to think of something that we could talk about that isn't going to be really crazy.
Right.
No
politics and stuff we want to murder each other over.
Yeah. So no religion or any of that stuff. So I figure, with the release of the new Avengers movie and all that, we could kind of discuss kind of the first 10 years of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Sure. Yeah. Because, at this point, Avengers Infinity War is out, and it's the
largest opening
in history.
Yeah, which that's pretty cool. As much money as those films have created. Right.
And I should point out that I have not seen that yet, and I'm one of 10 people who hasn't.
You haven't seen that or Black Panther, so
yeah, I know.
Ian's fallen behind.
Yep, I screwed the pooch on that one.
For anyone that's watching us, let us know if the volume's too low or too high, or if you can't hear us.
Yeah.
So were you? I don't think you weren't a big Marvel fan growing up, were you?
Not the comics, no. I was a DC guy.
Yeah.
Growing up, but
any particular reason why?
Well, it was the 80s. Marvel just didn't really have anything going for it.
That's true. And they had the Superman movies and all that
had
come out and dominated the early part of the 80s.
Yeah, Superman the movie came out the year I was born. And obviously it was on TV shortly thereafter. Superman
was it?
2, yeah. Yeah, I remember seeing it when I was really little. My mom let me stay up because I was on Channel 4 or something.
Yeah.
And
I don't remember it being on TV though.
Oh yeah. I have maybe I was 4 or 5, but I just have a really distinct memory of one night it was on TV, and my mom kind of made a thing of it. We did a little picnic in the living room with pigs in the blanket and watched Superman.
That's cool. The Superman movies were. Now, granted, I haven't watched them in a long time, but
they don't really hold up as well.
No, that's kind of what I was going to ask.
Yeah. But for the time, they were fantastic. That was the standard by which comic book movies should have been at the time. But that was really it. There really wasn't anything else until '89 when Batman came out, and that was the Tim Burton Batman, of course. Yeah,
which that did big numbers too.
Oh yeah, that was huge. That whole summer, that was the summer of Batman. I'll tell you. Everything. Batman was everywhere.
I remember going to see it at the movie theater and. They had the themed cups and all that stuff there.
Oh yeah, everywhere. Batman shirts, Batman. It was just fucking Batman everywhere.
Yeah.
But I think the true dawn of the comic book film started in 2000 with X-Men.
Yeah.
Because that was kind of when you could see I don't know, to a degree where the comic book movies kind of fit more in tune with what their source material.
What year was that?
2000.
Was that when the first one came out?
Yeah. Because it was 2002 when Spider-Man came out. And
okay.
That just kind of continued and even increased the visibility of comic book movies as a viable summer blockbuster kind of thing. So,
and then because they did the X-Men, the Spider-Man, and now the new. Have you seen the previews for the new Venom movie?
No, I have not. I don't know how I feel about it.
And that's kind of what I was gonna say. I don't know,
but it's not Marvel. I mean, it's not MCU. I should say,
and it has no Spider-Man references in it
that we know of.
That I know of,
right? Because that could change. I mean, they keep going back and forth on whether or not it's connected or not. I don't know. I'll watch it because I like Tom Hardy.
He's a good actor, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm sold on it as Although I said the same thing about Deadpool. And Deadpool was fantastic.
That's true, yeah. And then the second Deadpool movie comes out here.
That's coming out soon.
Yeah.
So, I think July?
Yeah, I think it was something like that.
Yeah. But, what we're talking about here is like leaps and bounds above what anyone could have perceived comic book movies to be.
Well, yeah, because they were a joke for a long time.
Well, I mean, even when they were starting to be taken seriously with like the X-Men, the Spider-Mans and all that, what the MCU's done though is completely unheard of. It's never been done.
Yeah, to this scale.
To this scale. That's what I'm talking about. This idea that your mom's watching.
Yeah, I saw that.
To the extent that even though you've got multiple directors and multiple storytellers, it all blends together. And what they did was really, really smart. Setting up a plan. Did they make it? Was it a 10-year plan initially, or do you think they?
That I'm not really sure.
I mean, or did they just kind of start out, kind of going, just one step at a time, and then? Yeah,
that I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the original plan was. I think at the beginning they were like, well, let's just make this Iron Man movie and see
what happens. Yeah, because I guess if Iron Man had bombed.
It would have been.
I guess it would have just.
It would have been
dead on arrival.
Yeah, the Universal Dark Universe that they started.
Right. Yeah, with the Mummy.
Yeah,
that was a bad place to start. Honestly.
Well, yeah, and for everything I've read, they've kind of decided not to pursue anything.
Yeah,
they kind of canceled all of it.
Yeah, I mean, that kind of shit happens all the time too. But it's kind of sad that we won't get to see. I was really looking forward to the Bride of Frankenstein. Yeah, that they were planning. But,
well, it depends on how. If it turned out like the Mummy, then maybe not.
Well, true, yeah, because that was not a good movie, in my opinion.
No, it wasn't.
But
I mean, just the sheer numbers is. I mean, they've done. I forgot what the exact number is. I can look it up here. For the 19 movies, I don't. This isn't. Of course, over the last couple of days, I'm sure the numbers have changed, but the total box office for the 19 movies is almost $15.5 billion.
Huh. I thought it did. I would have actually thought higher, to be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot.
I mean, don't get me wrong. That's nothing.
And I'm sure the numbers, like current as of today, are probably a lot more than that.
Well, it's just
because I'm not sure when these numbers.
Right. And that might not even include. It won't.
No, it does say 19 films, but that might have been.
It won't include the Avengers then. Infinity War, I mean.
Yeah, because that's the 19th movie.
I thought it was the 20th.
No, I'm pretty sure it's the 19th.
We did this count already too, and I think I kept getting different numbers when I tried counting.
Yeah, no, it's hard to. Well, there's a lot of them, but no, it is because there's been, if you count them, count them.
I don't have the list in front of me.
There's 3 Iron Man movies.
Right.
There's 1 Incredible Hulk movie.
That's 4. Okay.
There's 3 Thor movies.
That's 7.
There's 3 Captain America movies.
That's 10.
3 Avengers movies.
That's 13.
2 Guardians of the Galaxy.
15.
Ant-Man.
16.
Doctor Strange.
17.
Spider-Man.
18.
Black Panther.
19. So it doesn't count Infinity War is basically what I was saying. So
yeah.
So Infinity War is 20.
No, that is. It's 19.
Oh, you did say 3 Avengers.
3 Avengers movies, so it is 19 movies. But anyway, it's but you figure $15.5 billion total box office.
19 movies, though. I mean that for some reason I thought a lot more of them hit the $1 billion mark because that means
only a couple of them did.
Only a couple of them did,
yeah. No, because I don't think the early ones did. I don't think Incredible Hulk did. For sure.
No, Incredible Hulk didn't. In fact, I would say that was least received one, or least positively received one.
Well, and I think that says a lot about the series, because you're right. I think that's probably a lot of people's least favorite movie of the 19, and it's still a really good movie.
Oh yeah, I love that one. It's not my least favorite.
No, what's your least favorite?
I don't know. It's not Incredible Hulk though.
No. I think a lot of people have a problem with the Incredible Hulk just because it was Ed Norton playing him.
And he wouldn't have been anything I would have complained about. I mean, he was a fool to not.
But I think it was a scheduling issue.
No.
Was it not?
I think that was the official answer. I think there was more going on. I think he wanted more creative control over the Avengers. And
oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know the full story. And granted, it's probably all part of it's rumor, but I've heard some stories about his some of his demands and some of the things he wasn't willing to work with. Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I don't know. I like Mark Ruffalo. I think he's a better.
Oh, he's a much better Incredible Hulk by far. Yeah.
So I think it all worked.
It worked out good in the end. Yeah.
But but they've made a lot of money. I mean, it's like I said, it's $15.5 billion that they've made total box office. Gross budget was $3.762 billion.
That's domestic?
No, that's their gross budget for all.
Budget
for all the movies.
Totally, yeah.
So that was the gross budget, and the net budget, which I had to read into what the difference was. The net budget was $3.638 billion. So basically, there's a $150,000 basically difference. No, I'm sorry, $1.5 million difference.
Oh yeah, okay. Still that doesn't make much sense. I was thinking it would have been advertising would have been that difference.
And that's what I had to look, because that's what I thought of originally. But no, the difference between gross and net budget is the kickbacks that the movie makers get from wherever they're making the movie.
Oh, okay.
So it's any kind of kickbacks or anything like that.
Let's just your wife says to hype it. Does that? I wonder if that means we're being boring. Are we being boring?
Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen, are we boring? Are we boring the fuck out of you?
Apparently, the people don't like your language.
Who said that? Oh, sorry.
So yeah, they've obviously done a lot of money. Made a lot of money off of it. I mean, but and I wonder what I didn't look at this. But I wonder what the X-Men movies made. I'm sure they made quite a bit.
Oh yeah, it's hard to even talk about them though in the same, because they're not. I mean, they're Marvel comics, but they're not MCU.
No, it's a different universe.
Yeah,
which that's a whole different story.
Yeah, I would assume that they're at least, if you add them, there's. Do you count the Wolverine ones? Yeah, I guess you'd have to.
Yeah, you'd have to. It's all part of the same.
That's was there 9 of those then?
Somewhere like that, yeah. Logan did a lot.
Yeah, but even Logan, it definitely made money and it was a huge success critically, but I don't know if it really was explosive like some of these other MCU movies are.
No,
so
maybe not. I'm not sure. I don't know. I saw the first couple X-Men movies, but then I know Mandy and the kids watched a lot of the other ones. I think I've only seen the first 3 of them. Yeah. I did see Logan. Logan was really good. You haven't seen that.
Your mom just said Michael Keaton was the best Batman. I would have agreed 100% until Ben Affleck, because I think Ben Affleck's the best Batman. But Michael Keaton is a very strong second.
I have to agree with that. Yeah. And I think people think of Ben Affleck and they can't get over over who he is and what he's done before. They can't get over that and see him as Batman. I don't think. I don't know. There's something
maybe I don't know, but I thought he was awesome as Batman.
I think he did a great job.
Yeah.
And hopefully he does a standalone movie.
It's not looking good.
No.
So because I hear they're searching.
Really?
I read an article about it. Yeah, they're pursuing other options. So
I don't know. They've had a lot of really bad Batmans.
Well, they've had 2 really not good ones.
Val Kilmer
and
George Clooney.
Christian Bale. Everyone liked Christian Bale.
I didn't like his Batman.
I wasn't terribly sold on it. It worked for what it was, but not my favorite.
No,
He was all right as Bruce Wayne, but when he was Batman.
Chrissy thinks Christian Bale was the best.
No. No. Computer says no.
I think Christian Bale had better movies, maybe.
Well, yeah, I mean, look at what Ben Affleck's had to work with. Batman v Superman, Justice League.
Yeah. And I think Batman vs Superman gets a bad rap. I liked it. I liked it. I haven't seen the extended cut of it though.
It's a better cut.
That's what everyone keeps. I've heard that. And
the fact that you like the theatrical means you really like. If you were a 3 on the theatrical, you go up at least 3.5 on the extended.
Yeah. So. Yeah, but I thought it was a good movie. It's Marvel. See, and that's I think the big difference between Marvel and DC, and where Marvel has gotten it right and DC has really screwed the pooch on it is Marvel has taken their time, and I mean you're 10 years in now.
10 years in,
so
yeah.
they've taken their time and they've laid out all these backstories,
right?
And especially with Justice League, which I liked as a movie, but it felt really rushed.
Right. It was technically the 4th movie when it should have been the 6th or 7th movie.
Yeah, because there was a lot of backstory that they had to dump into the movie. And I think that took away from a lot of the movie.
Oh yeah, it did.
Just the way it felt rushed and hurried.
Yeah. I watched it recently again, and I don't think I liked it as much the second time.
Justice League?
Yeah. Which, by the way, it's not to kind of get back to topic, has never happened with a Marvel movie. I've never liked it less the second time.
Yeah.
Any of them, and some of them I liked even more the second time.
A lot of
being
them.
The first Thor movie being one of them. I did not like it the first time I saw it.
I wasn't a big fan of The Dark World when I first saw it, but I think that was one of the first ones I'd seen. Mm-hmm. So after I kind of understood everything and saw it kind of in order, it's a really good movie. What?
Sorry, Christy said Ben Hoofleck. I don't know what that means. It just sounded funny. Ben Affleck, of Jersey Girl fame.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean. He's made some really shitty movies.
Well, Jersey Girl's not one of them. I like Jersey Girl. I don't care what anyone says. That is a good movie.
Yeah, I mean, but he has done.
Yeah, he did some stinkers. Yeah,
quite a few of them.
Reindeer Games,
Daredevil.
No, Daredevil's good. His Daredevil was
No, it wasn't.
It was. I liked his Daredevil.
I mean, I guess it was all right, but
it was good.
It's
not as good as the TV show.
That's what I'm saying. The TV show
is infinitely better, but Ben Affleck, don't crap on that Daredevil movie too hard. A lot of the fanboys like to crap on that. It's not that. It's a decent movie for what it is. It's not flawless by any means, but it's a decent movie.
Yeah, and yes. A lot of the older Supermans, I think, were a lot better. I'm just replying to one of our comments here.
Oh, you mean the Christopher Reeves?
Yes.
The first two. The third one really was a drop down.
Well, I'm talking about not necessarily comparing movies, but comparing different Supermans.
Well, there's only 3 cinematic versions.
Yeah.
There's several television versions. Now, there isn't one that's bad. That's been bad in my opinion. Not in the Superman.
Not like Batman.
Right. Christopher Reeve will always have a soft place in my heart for him because he was the first. He was my Superman as a child.
Yeah, because you weren't around in the 1950s.
Well,
60s
that being said, I used to watch him on TV all the time. The reruns of the George Reeves Supermans.
Mm-hmm.
And he just didn't look the part, but for
that
the time,
that was the time.
Yeah, it was the time. Speaking of Ben Affleck, did you ever see Hollywoodland?
No, I haven't.
Where he plays George Reeves?
No,
it's fantastic.
Is it?
Yes.
When did that come out?
2005 or 6, I think. Yeah.
I don't even remember.
It's a biopic.
Maybe I do vaguely remember.
Yeah, Adrian Brody's in it. Diane Lane.
Yeah, I haven't seen it though, but I think I do remember hearing about it at the time.
Check it out. Anybody out there, check it out. It's good. Ben Affleck proving himself again. I'm always going to stand up for him. I think he gets a bad rap.
He does. So. He does. And I think he's
because every actor makes stinkers.
Look, if you would have looked at, look at Tom Hanks' career. Tom Hanks, for a very long time, made a lot of really shitty movies.
I even like some of his old ones, though.
But I think if you look back on a lot of those movies, you wouldn't think that his career would be where it is now.
Right.
So, I mean, you can evolve and get better as an actor.
True.
And maybe not necessarily get better, but get better at picking better movies.
I think that's really kind of what it boils down to. And a lot of times you kind of wonder how much of an impact a director can have on something.
Yeah.
You know, above and beyond like the really big directors. But I think that they really do. Because, we've done some reviews on our other show, Entertainment Now, plug. Yeah. Where we've talked about these movies that we really didn't like.
Yeah.
But the actors are so good in, you know.
And it happens a lot.
And it's kind of all the movies we've kind of shit on. We've always shit on everything other than the acting.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really, it's people shouldn't. Your dogs are barking.
Yeah, like they always do when we record.
I know, they know. Ben Affleck gets a bad rap, and he doesn't deserve it.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. I mean, he's done a really good job with what he was dealing with.
So I don't know what. What was the first? So you haven't watched them, the first time in order, have you?
What's that?
Because you said Thor: Dark World was one of the first ones you watched.
Well, yeah, because I saw it on TBS or TNT or something like that.
Oh, okay.
So,
because I've pretty much been able to watch them all as they've come out. I've not seen all of them in the theater.
Yeah,
but I remember really enjoying Iron Man when it first came out, and I don't think I was aware of where they were going with it. I mean, it was kind of obvious that they had some form of a plan with the stinger.
Yeah.
Or the after credits scene with Nick Fury, but I don't really think I totally grasped what they were going for until did Incredible Hulk came out next.
Mm-hmm.
And then Tony Stark was in that. He had a little cameo.
Was he? Yeah, he was. He had a
so
little
I think that's when I started to see, okay, there's a slightly bigger picture here. And then when Iron Man 2 came out, it really, like you said, they had, whether they had a full plan or not, everything they did was a perfect next step.
Mm-hmm. Well, because it was building towards something.
It was building slowly towards something. And that's what I was meaning earlier when I said it's unheard of for a movie franchise to be this well planned out.
Yeah.
Even Star Wars isn't this well planned out. Pre-Disney, I'm talking with Lucas, one person in charge who, has this grand design. This is more planned out than his Star Wars.
Well, yeah, because you have to think a lot of these movies were in the works for 10 to 15 years before any of the Marvel Cinematic Universe even started.
To some degree, yeah, because once Disney took over...
Well, Black Panther was... I'd heard about Black Panther in the early 90s.
They've been trying to do a Black Panther.
Well, Wesley Snipes was going to play him at one point.
I don't know all the details, but I know there's always been talk of a Black Panther movie. I don't know if it would have been as successful if they had done it sooner.
Maybe not.
No, I just don't think it would have.
But then again, you haven't seen the movie yet, so
that's true. But what I'm referring to is the success of it.
Yeah,
it was a very successful film, and I mean, I don't think I'm going to dislike it. Marvel has not made a movie I have not liked yet at all. I would rate nothing Marvel has done, the MCU has done, under a 4 at all.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. I mean, I'm a big fan of them.
On first watch, Thor, the first Thor movie, I would have probably put under a 4. But after reviewing it and watching it a few more times and watching it more as a part of a larger story, it's grown on me.
But it's funny. I think a lot of people favored the first one over the Dark World. I think a lot of people didn't like.
They do, but I really like the Dark World. What I didn't like about the first Thor is I'm watching a superhero movie. Not only am I watching a superhero movie, I'm watching a superhero movie where the superhero himself is tantamount to a god.
Yeah.
And that's fine if he loses his powers. I don't want to see him cooking breakfast for Natalie Portman.
Oh, I mean, come on.
as a character development.
That's the thing with Marvel, though. That's the thing with Marvel that I think they've really done better than DC is the comedic aspect to all of their movies. Mm-hmm. Where DC always seems a lot darker. There's always a comedy aspect to all the movies.
Yeah,
and Chris, you have to agree, Iron Man wasn't awesome. I think it was a perfect way to start it. You know, and it's really funny because Chris Evans didn't want to do Captain America. He actually turned it down 3 times.
Really?
Yeah, but they wanted him to sign on for 9 or 10 movies, and he was able to shorten his contract to 6, and that's when he decided to do it. Huh. But he made a comment to one of his friends after the fact that he was screwed if it was terrible and the movie's bombed, because he was going to be tied to this thing for a number of years. Or
it's obvious with most studios that even though they have those sequel options, they don't always use them.
Yeah. Hey, your sister's watching.
Oh, hey. Yeah, I don't know. I think I can't picture anybody else playing Captain America, because quite honestly, his movies are probably on the upper tier of my favorites.
Yeah.
Winter Soldier's so far right now probably my favorite.
Is it really?
Of all of them.
I really like the first one, the first Captain America. But
oh yeah, the first one's fantastic too, and that might have been that might even be my second. But again, I haven't seen Black Panther or Avengers: Infinity War yet. But I really love Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's an awesome movie.
When that came out, I was really worried that where can you go with this character? Because the problem with Captain America is kind of the same problem you see with Superman.
Yeah,
because he's a Boy Scout. There's no gray area with him, and even with Winter Soldier, there really still isn't a gray area. But he kind of skirted the line a little bit.
Yeah,
you know, because it was his buddy, his friend. So yeah, that's probably my favorite so far of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah, I'd have to say the first Captain America, then probably Black Panther, probably a close second. Yeah. And
then Black Panther could very easily, or even Infinity War, could take the place of my favorite very easily. But that's the beauty of this particular franchise is, if one does, you see, I've got my favorite, which is Winter Soldier. Mm-hmm. Another one comes along, a Black Panther or whatever comes along, and it becomes my favorite. It's not like you lose that, because every movie is so good.
Yeah.
Like I said, there isn't one I'd rate under a 4. And honestly, I probably wouldn't rate any of them under 4.5, honestly.
A lot of them were really well done. And going back to a comment a little bit ago, I didn't expect Iron Man to be as good as it was either. You know, because at that time when you said, if you would have asked me about superhero movies outside of Batman and Superman, it was Punisher and everything, all these terrible movies. There was a long joke for 20 years that if you want to do a really crappy movie, you did a superhero movie.
Right.
So that's what I thought of. And then Iron Man came out, and I didn't even see it for a couple of years after it came out.
Yeah, I saw it, obviously, pretty much right when it came out on DVD. But not in the theaters, because I like you, I didn't feel that I couldn't justify, $9 for a movie ticket.
Yeah.
For a movie that I just wasn't really sold on.
Yeah.
Initially. Robert Downey Jr. is a fantastic actor. I've liked Robert Downey Jr. since he did Chaplin.
Yeah.
I thought, because that
was a really underrated movie also.
Oh, it's a hugely underrated movie. His performance in that is brilliant. But it wasn't that I didn't think he could do it. It's just I didn't see him as Iron Man as I understood it, because I didn't really read the comics.
Yeah.
But after I saw that movie, I was like, I don't think anyone else. Again, the casting, all these people they've gotten to play these characters. The only one where there was a misstep was the Ed Norton thing, and I don't think he was a bad Bruce Banner.
He just wasn't as good as Mark Ruffalo.
But Mark Ruffalo was way better.
Yeah.
And then again is to the whole planning process too. The Incredible Hulk was actually a different studio too. It was Universal. They did it with in conjunction, the same way that they did the Spider-Man Sony thing, but because it was.
I think Universal was part of another one too, weren't they? Or was it just the?
No, Paramount was doing the early. They did. I know Paramount did Captain America, the first one.
Okay.
And maybe the Iron Mans, the first couple Iron Mans. Paramount was the primary distributor of those, in conjunction with the MCU or Marvel Studios. So that's kind of how the Incredible Hulk thing. So I don't know how much creative control was over that at that time, but it was still part of the MCU.
Mm-hmm.
And again, even though I say it's a misstep, it really wasn't a misstep. But in retrospect, it worked out.
Yeah.
Because again, I think I really like Mark Ruffalo. I like everything I've ever seen him in.
Mm-hmm. Have you seen Ragnarok?
Not yet, actually.
Jesus, man.
Yeah, I'm way behind.
You're way behind.
I for going into this when we first started, I was thinking, there's only two. Ragnarok's the one I have not seen yet.
Yeah,
either.
you definitely have to see that. That's
I bought the digital copy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I haven't watched it.
You just haven't watched it yet.
Same with Logan. I haven't watched Logan yet either.
Logan's really good.
Yeah, I know. I want to see
Logan.
that.
I think is probably my favorite of the
separate universe.
The X-Men movies.
I really like what Bryan Singer did with Days of Future Past.
But then again, I've only seen I think probably 3 or 4 of them. But
you should watch them all. Don't watch Last Stand. I don't like Last Stand.
Yeah, I
don't even count.
I have.
In fact, Days of Future Past completely retcons Last Stand out. It kind of retcons X2 out as well, but Last Stand it wasn't that good.
No,
in my opinion, it's the only one of those I don't like.
Yeah,
but I even like Wolverine Origins, and that's a huge point of contention with a lot of fanboys out there.
What's that?
Wolverine Origins.
Oh yeah.
Or X-Men Origins Wolverine, whatever you want to call it.
Which one was the first one?
That was the first standalone Wolverine.
See, I like that one.
Me too.
I didn't like the second one.
The second one was a little weak too.
Wolverine in Japan, whatever it was.
Yeah, I mean that was okay. I didn't have a problem with that one.
Chrissy, you got to see Ragnarok.
Chrissy, you got to see Ragnarok.
Yeah, Ragnarok's
really good. What the hell's wrong with you? Why do you come to a podcast talking about the MCU and you haven't seen all the movies? What the F? Sorry, Janet.
Yeah, good try there.
I'm doing my best. All right.
Yeah.
I have a potty mouth. I'm really.
We all do.
I'm fighting the urge. But
I'm just interested to see because the third Avengers movie just came out.
Mm-hmm.
It's on huge numbers. The fourth one comes out next year?
Next year, yep.
And then after that,
we got 2 Marvel movies coming out in between, though, right?
You got Ant-Man and the Wasp,
right?
And then you have Captain Marvel.
Okay, and Captain Marvel takes place in the
1990s, and it comes out 2 months before, or the month. I think it's 2 months before the fourth Avengers.
Yeah,
movie.
March or something. March, I think. Yeah. So I mean, I haven't seen Avengers: Infinity War yet, but I know it's been spoiled. Some of it's been spoiled a little bit. Because apparently Ant-Man isn't in it. I read an article, and I didn't read too much into it, but it says, "Where was Ant-Man and the Wasp during Avengers: Infinity War?"
I think it's,
and apparently the Ant-Man and the Wasp movie, kind of takes place
at the same time. Yes,
or
that's what I was assuming.
Close in time.
Yeah, that's what I'm assuming.
So that'll be explained then. I don't really like it when they do that, where there's like this overlap of time.
Oh well, there is. Was it? It's I think it was. Was it one of the Iron Man movies? No, The Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 3, and one other movie all actually take place within 2 weeks. There's 3.
It can't be The Incredible Hulk movie because Iron Man 3 takes place after the first Avengers.
Okay, then it's one of the. It's Incredible Hulk. Maybe it must be Iron Man 2 then.
Yeah, well they all came out at the same time, and that's the first 3 that came out.
So Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, and whatever. I don't know what the third one was. But
now I guess this is a question I should ask because I know where you stand on this. Even though there's a release order for these movies, specifically with Captain America: First Avenger, and I know it's bookended with the present time. I always watch it as the first movie,
but it's not.
I know, but in my mind, chronologically, it's telling it's the first Avenger, and it works to me. It works better if you watch Captain America, Iron Man, Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, Thor, and then Avengers, because Thor is that's where the Tesseract it comes in right at the end of that movie, and that's boom, that happens, and it really Avengers is directly linked to that.
Yeah.
Whereas if you watch it in release order, you watch Thor, then Captain America.
But it does make sense. It falls in order, at least the way I see it, because of the end of the movie, because of the end of the Captain America movie, because it is in the present day.
Yeah, I know, but
they're kind of retelling the story.
I know I prefer a more linear story, though.
I know you do.
When you look at it in a linear way, it works one way, and if you look at it another way, the whole movie is a flashback. Yeah, and it just doesn't work for me. I'd much rather have, like I said, a much more linear story where you start at the beginning and you have a beginning, middle, and an end.
Yeah,
I like that. I don't like going back and forth. I don't like.
Hi, Aaron. Ian's not paying attention.
I'm just rambling. Which I do all the time. I do it all the time.
Yeah. Well,
but that's why you keep me around, right?
Pretty much. Just that.
Background noise?
Yeah, that's about it. Gives me somebody to argue with, I guess.
Yeah.
But I'm really interested to see what they do after the fourth Avengers movie.
Mm-hmm.
Because...
I honestly don't know if they know what they're going to do after.
Because I think everyone's contract is up.
I'm pretty sure. Well, you said Evans was in for 6 movies, right? So he's done 3 Captain America movies.
Yeah.
He's done 3 Avengers movies.
Yeah.
That's not even counting the next Avengers movie. And he has, and that counts cameos, and he did a cameo in Spider-Man? Yeah, because he's in the video in their gym class.
Oh, that's right.
So cameos count as an appearance. You know?
Yeah.
So say he did 6 cameos, his contract would be up.
Yeah.
So technically he's done 7 already. Didn't he do another stinger too? Another after credits?
I don't remember.
In another movie? I thought he did.
He might have.
But I'd have to look. Well, yeah, Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Was he at the end of that one?
Yeah, because there was the stinger with Bucky.
Okay.
Where they're talking to him, trying to get him.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So technically,
there's been a lot of them.
If you count the 2 cameos, he's already done 8.
Okay.
So they probably maybe extended his contract.
I'm sure they must have.
Asked him to extend his contract?
Well, because after the first couple of movies, he probably saw what they were going to do.
Right.
As far as
dollar-wise. He was probably more
successful.
More sold on it.
Yeah. But, so, yeah, because all the main characters, their contracts are up. So I'm assuming they're going to kill them off somehow. Not to give.
Well, I guess.
Not to give.
I was just looking. It says Aaron says she doesn't like. My eyes are really bad. Doesn't like the jump around sequence either.
She said I like a good jump around sequence. Good job reading there, Chucklehead.
Oh, I don't. Oh, okay. I my eyes are bad, so.
I told you I'd give you something bigger to read that off of.
Yeah,
you decided to use your little phone.
That's fine. I just don't want to be sitting here like this, you know.
I know, whatever.
Don't even say it.
Lord knows I have enough devices you can use. I mean, I got
yeah. There's no shortage of cables.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot usually, but everywhere you walk around here, you're like stepping over cords.
Well, yeah, because we're recording on over there, so I got cables running over to run power and all that nonsense. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on right now.
Yeah. I had to bring an extra beer over here, so I didn't have to get up and walk all the way around to go to the fridge to get another one.
First world problems right there, brother.
Yeah, well, I live in the first world. Your mom agrees, beginning, middle, and end. Thank you.
Whatever. I guess you're entitled to your own opinion.
Well, I am. We're all entitled to our own opinions, but some of us, like you, are entitled to wrong ones.
Yeah, you can go to hell.
I kid. Nick has some good opinions once in a while.
All the time. All the time.
Yeah, well, at least once a year. You're guaranteed at least one good one a year.
Yeah, so you should have seen the damn Avengers movie. It made it a lot easier to talk about.
Well, see, you know, really what it was I generally come unprepared to these shows.
That's true.
And
what do you mean generally? I think you've come prepared like once. I guess.
No.
I guess when we do our top 10
when we
episodes,
do our top 10 episodes, I'm always prepared. When we do our top 10 episodes, I'm always prepared.
Yeah, that's about it.
So anyway,
and actually, the last time we did one, I don't think you came with anything.
I generally don't come with anything. I don't generally bring notes. I don't bring anything.
Yeah, you don't even bring ideas, but
oh no, I bring brilliant ideas.
Yeah. Yeah. So they've got what 4 or 5 movies that they've already announced.
Oh, I beyond the ones we just mentioned, I have no idea.
Well, you got I know they're doing Ant-Man and the Wasp, Captain Marvel, which come out, and then the 4th Avengers movie.
Right. So that's the next 3.
And then I think they've announced another Spider-Man movie.
Oh, yeah, it's Spider-Man and then another Black Panther.
Guardians 3. Oh, they haven't announced another Black Panther movie yet.
I thought they did. Well, they'd be stupid not to.
Oh, I know that. Well, they're going to.
Unless they want to kill him, but that would be stupid too. You don't start a superhero with that kind of
I guess you need to see the new Avengers movie before you say that.
Well, if you're spoiling something for me, I hate you. No, I'm just... If they kill Black Panther off already, that's stupid.
Go see the Avengers movie, Ian.
All right. I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I just don't know. Now I'm afraid to go see the Avengers movie.
So the thing I can give DC credit for over Marvel is the TV aspect.
Oh yeah, they've got the TV thing on down.
Because Marvel's outside of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
and their Netflix stuff. Even the Netflix stuff's a little hit or miss, but
a lot of their TV
it's
series
definitely more
terrible.
solid. Yeah, I liked the first season of Agent Carter. I thought it was really good.
Yeah, you're right.
I didn't even watch the second season.
Yeah, the second season, I don't even think I made it all the way through.
Right. I have not watched Inhumans.
That was terrible.
And
I think that got canceled.
Oh, I don't know if it did or not.
I'm pretty sure it did.
There's also The Runaways, which I have not watched. But I'm not sure if that's...
Hold on, I'm trying to pull it up right now.
Yeah, see if you can pull it up, because I don't know if that's MCU or just Marvel.
Runaways is MCU.
Okay.
And apparently they've already announced that they're going to do season 2.
Of that, okay.
Well, season 1 ended January of this year.
Okay.
It was only 10 episodes. But yeah, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I'm pretty sure they've already greenlit season 6. Yeah, Inhumans only lasted 8 episodes. It was terrible. But Daredevil's really good.
Yeah, I love Daredevil.
I have
Jessica Jones. I had a hard time with, even though people rave about it. I had a hard time with it, and I haven't watched any of the Luke Cage or Iron Fist yet.
I heard Punisher was pretty good too.
Yeah, I can't imagine them really screwing that up, because they introduced the Punisher in the second season of Daredevil.
Yeah, and
again, setting up that character slowly rather than just doing a 2-hour movie. Because I think that's where some comic book characters, you need the setup. Mm-hmm. Black Widow, another example. Yeah. If they had just done a Black Widow movie, it probably would have bombed.
Which is in the works.
Right, but now they've got a developed character that they can work with. You don't need to get the origin story, and if you do, you can get it very minimal.
Yeah.
And you're working off a character that you've already invested your time in. Having to just start her out, even with Scarlett Johansson's kind of star power, I'm not too sold on her acting ability. Yeah. She's a good actress.
I'm interested to see how the movie plays out.
I mean, she's not like, top tier acting. I hate to be mean about it, but I just don't see her top tier.
I agree.
So trying to sell a movie on her star power, I don't think it would have worked. But the way they've done it, building it up slowly, introducing her in Iron Man 2, I thought it was fantastic. And the same with Punisher, with Daredevil. It's the same thing. You don't get a big actor to play the role and just hope it's going to work. You build that character up slowly. And that's where DC's totally falling apart. They're not building anything up slowly. They're throwing it at you. Yeah. And just hoping it's going to be another Avengers. Mm-hmm. It's not.
That's not. It hasn't worked.
Well, and honestly, I don't think, even if they had done it right, I don't think they would hit the Avengers level. Avengers did it first.
Yeah.
It's always, and they did it first and they did it best.
Yeah.
So far. Even if Justice League came out and it was better than Avengers, it wouldn't do the same type of numbers that Avengers did.
No.
Because it's already been done, The excitement or the wonder of that first time is always going to be huge. It's like Star Wars.
Yeah.
Really. that first experience you have with Star Wars, especially for those of us who were alive when it first came out, or when that first trilogy was being produced, nothing will beat that. The prequels didn't do it. The new trilogy's not doing it.
Yeah.
Not to say that any of that was bad or has been bad. I mean, there's argument on the prequels, and on some of the new stuff. I don't see it with the new stuff, but there's arguments.
Well, yeah.
But the first time that stuff happens, it's always going to be way better than anything, because that experience will never be duplicated.
No.
And I think that's the problem DC's running into, is they want that duplication, not willing to put in any of the work, and it's just not going to happen even if they did. Because
I think they looked at it and said, look, we've got Superman and Batman.
Right. The two powerhouse of comic book characters.
People will come out and see it just for that.
And honestly, that's probably the only reason that Justice League and Batman v Superman actually even made any money at all.
Yeah.
If they had taken any other characters and tried to do what they're doing, it wouldn't have worked. The name power alone is what kept them in the black on their financial investment.
Did Justice League turn a big profit?
Mm-mm. It made its money back, and it made a little bit of profit, but I didn't know.
Nothing near what they thought it would do.
No.
But
it's considered a flop for all intents and purposes. It's considered a flop.
I'm interested to see how Aquaman does.
That'll be the turning point for DC.
Yeah.
In the same sense that
do they have anything planned past that?
Shazam.
Oh, is it? Yeah. They haven't actually started pre-production.
It's in pre-production. Is it? Yeah, they haven't. I don't think they've put anything on film yet, but they've got a lot of shit in development. I just don't know where it's all going to go.
Yeah.
Because I guess you could argue even Shazam is still technically in development.
Yeah. And that's what I think is really interesting about where the MCU goes is the past 10 years. It's kind of been. These 19 movies have been built around the Infinity Stones.
Right.
So now you're not going to really have that going forward.
Right. Doesn't mean they can't pick something else.
No.
And arguably, now that they've created this expansive universe, they don't necessarily need anything through storyline. They could still connect things in other ways without having this, huge overall storyline.
Yeah.
It could be done. I think there's a lot of areas they can go, a lot of ways they can go.
But I wonder if it's going to be as good as what it has been.
And honestly, it might not be. But at least I think they're in a position where they can actually start taking some chances too, in a sense that they could.
Sorry to interrupt you. Jason Momoa is playing Aquaman.
Yes,
I was answering a question.
Yeah, and he's one of the highlights of Justice League. As how they portray the characters. As much as I like Ben Affleck's Batman, he is kind of overshadowed by Jason Momoa's Aquaman.
Yeah.
But one of the few areas they could go and be experimental as far as the MCU goes is the kind of the reversal of characters. You've got the potential, I don't know if they could do this, but the female Thor character. If they kill off Steve Rogers, there's no reason they couldn't do what the comic books do and have
Bucky.
Falcon. The Falcon took over Captain America first.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So I didn't know about Bucky doing it, but I guess he did.
Well, because Bucky was dead for a very, very, very long time.
Right.
Like 30 years, 30 plus years
of the comic book.
Of the comic, yeah, he was dead. I think it was in the 90s when they finally brought him back
as the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, and there for a very long time. The running joke was in comic books was if you die, you never stay dead unless you're Bucky.
Oh, okay. Like I said, I was a DC guy.
Back.
I didn't know that I wasn't that into the Marvel stuff, but I know Falcon did a run as Captain America, and I think that'd be fantastic because Anthony Mackie's awesome.
Yeah,
and it'd be the first time again. It's experimental. It'd be the first time where they've had one actor playing two superheroes as the same character in the same universe. Yeah. I mean, really switching the role over like that.
Yeah.
I think that'd be awesome to see. I mean, they'd have to. I don't know how it worked in the comics, but obviously Falcon doesn't have any superhuman abilities like Captain America, so it's hard to say. But I think it'd be awesome to see that. that kind of reversal. And the same with Iron Man. I don't know all the details, but I was under the impression they had a female character take over the Iron Man suit.
Yeah, and then she became Ironheart.
Ironheart, okay. Yeah. I don't know if they'd have to go that far, but obviously they couldn't call her Iron Man.
No, well, she'd be and she's the Black Iron Man.
I didn't even know she was black, but yeah, I mean, that'd be perfect. It'd be a perfect opportunity. Because let's face it, Black Panther is, for however good it is a huge step in that, going in a diverse way.
Yeah.
Because other than Blade,
which was terrible.
No, the first one's good. I didn't like the second or third one, but the first one's good. The second one wasn't too bad. The second one was decent. Third one wasn't that good, but other than Blade, I don't know of any other black superheroes that have made it to the big screen. And that I can't think of any.
And not only was it a black superhero, it was almost an entirely black cast.
Right. In a big, huge, blockbuster, big budget film, which has never been seen. So, I mean, obviously that hurdle has been jumped. There's no reason why. I mean, I don't like to have to talk about it. I mean, you don't want diversity for the sake of diversity.
Yeah.
You want it to be fluid and make sense and be part of the story because that's human life. That's how human life works. Mm-hmm. And I think Marvel, now that they've kind of jumped that hurdle of creating that superhero, there's no reason they can't have a black woman or even having a woman in that primary role because they don't have that yet.
No.
That's the other area where DC's has jumped ahead is the Wonder Woman thing.
Yeah.
And they did it well. But I honestly think they could have done Wonder Woman a little bit better, but for what it's worth, it's a great movie.
I'm really interested to see Captain Marvel.
That's going to be the big one.
Because Captain Marvel is supposed to be the most powerful superhero in the MCU, basically.
Oh, really? See, I don't know that much about her. Other than she is the... what Supergirl is to Superman, she is that to the actual Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Captain Marvel is a male character.
Yeah.
She's Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
I like the fact that they're dropping that Miss Marvel thing and just doing Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Perfect. Because then you don't even need that male character, in there. So that's it's kind of it's changing it up and it's introducing a fresh approach. And that's where it could beat Wonder Woman. Because not only are you running a big blockbuster film on the strength of a female character, female superhero, but a female superhero that is literally that's crushing that whole male level. It's wiping it. It's be like doing a Supergirl movie, and never ever doing another Superman movie.
Yeah.
Not having him as part of the universe, which even the TV series hasn't done.
And And Captain Marvel is going to play, I think, is going to... See, I can't really say a whole lot because you haven't seen the Avengers movie.
Right. Well, we don't want to spoil it for any of the audience, the other two people who might not have seen it yet.
I think that...
I don't know. Everyone is watching it. I don't know if your mom's seen it yet.
No. But
I haven't seen it yet either.
Her movie is going to play a huge part, I think, in the fourth Avengers movie.
Okay. Did they set her up? Is she in the Stinger? You can tell me if she is.
Yes.
Okay. I figured she
was. She's not. Her logo is.
Oh. Okay.
But you'll just see it.
Yeah, I guess. Now, and it's funny because that being said, we now know that movie is going to take place in the 90s. When it comes out, it'll be in my chronological order, it'll be the second film.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, I guess I shouldn't say it will be. It depends on how they play it out. But I'll probably watch it in chronological order if I ever watch the MCU in back to back.
But
I'll do it like that.
But I think the end of the movie will take place in current time.
Doesn't matter.
Okay, I'm just saying.
It doesn't matter.
If the movie plays out the way I think it's going to play out, if you watch it in chronological order like that, the end of the movie won't make any sense.
It won't have to. It's kind of like a Stinger.
No, it will have to. And I only say that because you need to see the Avengers movie.
Okay.
I mean,
I guess I'm saying this without having first of all seen Avengers: Infinity War, and also again we haven't seen Captain Marvel. We don't know how it's going to work out.
That's true. That is very true.
I don't like to jump ahead and judge things until I see them, typically. Especially with things like this, because I really have a hard time with the fanboys out there. I call them fanboys. There's a lot of fangirls too, but fan persons doesn't sound very right to me.
Fan people?
Fan people, yeah. I mean, when you say fanboy, you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the sweaties. I'm talking about the...
comic book guy.
Yeah, comic book guy, exactly.
If any of you people know him from The Simpsons.
Right. They're the ones who, the second you hear that, Ben Affleck is playing Batman, they are screaming all over the internet about how it's a terrible fucking idea. Sorry. Terrible idea. I'm really struggling with the language thing. It's a terrible idea, and it's going to ruin Batman or ruin this.
I kind of thought the same way.
I didn't. I never did, because I want to judge it on its own merit.
Yeah, but when I first heard that he was playing Batman, my first thought was, well, that's going to be terrible.
No, I've never said that's going to be terrible. I'll always preface something by saying, I hope they do it well, or I hope it doesn't suck.
Yeah.
But I'll wait to see it. I guess the whole genre fan collective thrives on the whole criticizing ideas and bashing on this. I mean, like, it's popular to bash on the Star Wars prequels.
Mm-hmm.
If you like them, you're almost considered weird.
Well, I mean, they are terrible, but I shouldn't say they're terrible.
They're not.
They're not terrible movies.
No.
I think a lot of people were disappointed in them.
Yeah,
because there was a lot.
That's a fair assessment.
There was a lot of potential there.
Sure.
And I think they really missed the mark.
Right. But it's popular to shit on them.
And they did a really poor job at casting.
Oh yeah, I'd agree with that for sure. Yeah. The casting was weak, and the actors, the direction of the actors was weak.
Yeah.
Visually, though, they're stunning films, and the story works for whatever it's worth.
It is.
But that's what I'm talking about. You get this jump to this rush to judgment. I don't know how to describe it, because it's like they have this. They feel like they're owed something.
Yeah.
By these films. We're not owed anything.
No.
If you don't like it, you don't like it.
Yeah, there's a lot of...
They're made for everyone to like them. Yeah. Nobody goes into a movie making a bad movie. Unless you're Peter Jackson making Meet the Feebles.
I was just going to say that.
I think Meet the Feebles was intentionally a bad movie.
We were going to say the exact same thing.
Yeah.
That's great.
But an intentionally bad movie still has if it's bad, it's a success,
What's that really, really crappy movie though that I hate that everyone else loves?
Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah. I think they intentionally made a bad movie.
I don't know. I think they were intentionally trying to make a movie that was off.
Yeah,
for sure. And for whatever reason, it works for some and it doesn't work for any. That's, I think that's where you either get there's this range of opinion. You're either going to have movies that people just universally hate.
Yeah.
Movies that 50% love, 50% hate.
Yeah. Or
movies that people universally love. And most movies are going to fall into that love and hate section, I think. Uh-huh. And that's a success to me. If everyone hates it, it's not a success. It sucks.
Yeah.
But if you're in that 50% range, I think you succeeded in accomplishing something for whatever it is. It's hard to find movies, I think, that are in the pretty much everybody likes it category. What do you think? Do you think any movie would fall into that category? Forrest Gump, maybe?
Yeah, I'm sure there's people that didn't like that.
Yeah, either, but universally, it's considered a fantastic movie.
It is.
That's about it. I mean, really, maybe The Wizard of Oz?
Yeah. Well,
I know someone who hates that movie, but
The Wizard of Oz?
Yeah, but universally,
why do they hate The Wizard of Oz?
Well, we're live. I don't want to.
Okay.
It's a long story, but
okay, that's interesting.
It's not my place to say in public.
Okay.
I'll say that. But it's universally, though, it's considered a beloved movie.
Yeah,
and I think honestly, maybe that's the Disney model, even though Wizard of Oz isn't Disney, but. I would say when you find movies that are generally universally liked, they're pretty much Disney films. Those might be the only other ones I can think of. The Lion King is kind of a universally loved movie. It's not my favorite, but...
No, the Twilight movies were not great. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm reading the comments, Ian.
Janet, comments like that make me want to swear more.
I didn't have a problem with the Twilight movies, but...
I have a huge problem with the Twilight movies.
I know you do.
But...
That's a different
but no,
story.
Even if I was being objective about the Twilight movies, there's a lot of flaws just as films in those movies.
Well, I think there isn't a lot of movies though.
Yeah, but those movies have... Talk about visually, the cast is fine. Performance-wise, that cast is terrible.
There were some really bad acting in that movie.
Across the board. Even the good actors in that movie, again, kind of like the Star Wars movie, they were bad. Michael Sheen is a good actor. He was terrible on that.
Yeah.
Michael Sheen. Yeah, that's about it. Billy Burke, I guess, he plays the dad. I've seen him in other stuff. He's decent. He's not decent in that. And ironically, his name is Billy Burke. I don't know if that's his real name, if that's his stage name. Do you know the name of the actress who played the Good Witch in The Wizard of Oz?
No.
Billy Burke.
Really?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Again, it might have been a stage name.
Huh.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I really ain't got anything else to really add, Ian. What about you?
I don't know. I love the Marvel movies. As someone who didn't grow up on the Marvel comics, for the most part, I mean, I was always aware of Spider-Man. I actually had a few Spider-Man comics growing up, but they were a big thing.
Yeah.
The Spider-Man cartoons were always really cheesy to me, even as a kid. But, I mean, now I look back at all the cartoons we watched were cheesy.
They're terrible.
I like, from a nostalgia point of view, like I can sit and watch a Transformers cartoon from the 80s.
Yeah.
And it's not too bad, but I can't sit and watch like the old, like the Ruby Spears Superman cartoons from the late 80s.
Yeah.
I have a hard time with those. And again, the Spider-Man stuff was really cheesy. Because of that internal monologue, which they really played into the Tobey Maguire version of Spider-Man. I did not like it.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work.
I like the new Spider-Man.
I do too. I think Tom Holland's doing a great job.
Yeah. By the way, I did not know that he was very British.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So was Andrew Garfield, the second Spider-Man. Yeah. So,
but I saw him doing an interview a couple months back, and I was like, oh, it's...
Henry Cavill, who plays Superman's British.
Yeah, I did know that.
Christian Bale's British.
Yeah.
Yeah. All the superheroes are British, I guess, now. Benedict Cumberbatch is British.
Yeah.
And he's, hell, what's his name? He's in Black Panther. He's the one white guy. He was the Hobbit.
The Hobbit guy.
He's British.
Yeah.
And he's playing an American.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's because American accents are really easy to do.
Yeah, they are. And apparently, there aren't enough good American actors to fill these roles. We're outsourcing our roles.
Yeah, I guess.
To white British actors.
Well, on that note, Ian.
Right.
I don't know. That's it. You definitely have to see the new Avengers movie, though.
I'm going to. I'm probably going to see it this week.
You and the other 2 or 3 people on the earth that hasn't seen it yet.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine anyone who's not in a coma.
It's been out. How long has it been out? 2 weeks now?
No.
A week?
It came out on the 27th. It's been out not even a week. Or just a week. It was Thursday.
I don't remember if the number was correct, but I could have swore it said that it's already done almost $1 billion.
I think it's over 600 in the U.S.
Yeah. So yeah, it probably is almost $1 billion.
Yeah. It'll probably. You know what? I'm a Star Wars guy at heart. I like the fact that Star Wars holds the record for the biggest domestic pull ever. I'm okay with Avengers beating it.
Yeah.
Because it's a franchise that is solid and good, and I'm okay with Star Wars not being the top dog. I really, as long as the one that is the top dog, it pisses me off that Titanic is still one of the highest grossing movies of all time.
Yeah, there's our worst movies though.
There are, but that one should not be in the top.
It was
brass.
a good movie. It was a good movie.
Yeah, once the ship hits the stupid iceberg and sinks, that part of the movie is good. The other hour and a half of the film is retarded. Sorry, is bad. I don't like it. I don't need to see any. Well, then again, seeing Kate Winslet naked was a cool thing.
And real quick before we go, why didn't she let him on at the end of the movie?
I know there's plenty of room.
Yeah,
I know. Because he had to die. That's what I'm talking about. It's not a good movie.
Yeah, well. All right, well, I think we should end it there.
Although, did I tell you about that fan theory?
Yeah, go ahead and tell me, though.
There's a fan theory that Leonardo DiCaprio's character survived and became the Great Gatsby.
Yeah, I did see that.
Because the timing works.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty clever. Talking about, expanded universes and stuff. So.
It makes sense. I want to thank everyone that came out and watched our video today.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I don't know if we interacted with you all enough.
I was trying to, but it's really hard.
Aaron said ha. I don't know. What were you laughing at, Aaron? You said ha.
Oh, that was a while back.
Yeah.
You're just not looking at that?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't know if we were interacting enough with y'all. I'm terrible. Nick's going to do this by himself next time.
I kind of feel like that way anyway, but...
Yeah, but then you'd just be just guy sitting at a chair talking to himself.
Yeah, I guess.
That's what I do at home. It's not fun.
So yeah, thanks for coming out and checking out the show and supporting us. And, like I said at the beginning, any questions or comments, you can email us at contact@lifeandjournalpodcast.com. Check us out on Facebook and Twitter and all that, and check out our website, which is lifeandjournalpodcast.com. We've got every episode of our show posted on the website, along with every episode of our other show, which is Entertainment Now.
It's okay, Aaron, by the way. She said she can't remember what she was laughing at.
Oh. I feel that.
We're very forgettable. If you were laughing at something we said, we're very forgettable, so it's easy to do.
Well, you're forgettable.
I forget about myself all the time.
All right, guys. Well, thanks.
Yep.
See you later. Yep. Peace.
Play my role, let me tell you about it. This shit right here, man, I'm about it. Only real niggas reside around me. Yo, old lady, drop a crowd around me. Dip like I know you can, bitch. Show me the ropes like we in the ring. Got you some cobras, you wanna hang. Shoulder to shoulder, the niggas basic. You know I won't lie. You know that I ain't for that fuck shit. You niggas alright, but I'm way better and she love it. Know that y'all sick as fuck. Here go this tissue, bro. We taking the dub, hoping you get you some. This hit like a pick me up. She taking my drugs. Know they see the sign. That's some dollar signs. Know they sick as fuck. Know they sick as fuck. Tell them get well soon. Tell them get well soon. Know you sick as fuck. Get well soon. Oh shit. Watch out.